Okay, guys, and we're back with another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest. I'm Seth from the Unofrutnatly podcast, and today we're going to be reviewing Captain America: Brave New World. This is a film. As of when I'm recording this, I've just seen this film. It's a bit later. I went with a female friend of mine, and I'm just going to talk about it. I'm going to review it a bit. I might talk about the plot a bit, but I will naturally talk about the plot a bit. But overall, I'm really going to be ranking it amongst the recent MCU films and where I think it stacks up, because I don't think this film was awful. I don't think this film was awful. Perhaps this is my immediate reaction straight after seeing it from the cinema, but it's an alright film. It is. Obviously, it's got Sam Wilson as Captain America, Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross, and you've got the guy as the leader who's come back from the Incredible Hulk. This film started off. I have to praise Anthony Mackie's performance in this, because I think he does a pretty good job. He's clearly giving it his all. You know, you could tell that this is a bit of a Frankenstein's monster of a film, where it feels like there's parts of a number of good storylines that are in this film that are kind of put together sort of for the sake of it, so they could have the leader in it, so they could have Red Hulk in it, so they could have Sidewinder in it. And Sidewinder, he's, to be fair, even in the comics, he's not a majorly serious hero, but I think that was a good opportunity for them in this film to kind of maybe, where there's no expectations, they can have a bit more freedom, maybe I could say. Have a bit more freedom creatively with a character like this. Similar to how James Gunn had with Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, going into that film, no one's really got an expectation of what this film's even going to be about. It's just come out after the Avengers. You're thinking, Avengers 1. This came out a few years after. You're thinking, okay, well, Marvel, they're eating with the Avengers. We know that. Maybe this is just a fun side project. No one really knows what the Guardians of the Galaxy is. Who Guardians of the Galaxy are. The Guardians. No one really knows who they are going into it. So that gives them the creative freedom to sort of be a bit loose with it. I mean, obviously you've got a character like Star-Lord. Obviously Gamora's pretty accurate to the comics. Groot is as well. Drax, the further on in the franchise he goes, it becomes a bit more of a joke, which wasn't really ever the case in the comics. But whatever. I say all of that to say they kind of did my boy Gus Fring and Stan Edgar. They kind of did him wrong, because Sidewinder, exactly, just like I was saying with the Guardians, Sidewinder's not a majorly known character, so you could have, and his intro was pretty cold, because obviously he's head of the Serpent Society, which is like a group of, I don't know, like mercenaries or hitmen kind of thing. You hire them to steal stuff, capture people, kill people, that sort of thing. All these things, right? So he's head of that society, and he's doing a job for the leader. And he seems, somewhat formidable when he catches Captain America lacking. In fact, so, spoiler alert, I am going to talk about the plot in this episode. When he catches Captain America lacking in the whip, bro, when he was slapping off the wax, bro, it was loud. In the cinema, it was loud. Boom, boom, boom. Launch of a grenade. Man's like, stand by for confirmation of death. Bro, that was cold. But that's what you expect when you've got an actor like Gus Fring playing that character. So you could have done so much more with him, right? There was a potential way to really do something interesting, where you could have Captain America put in the sort of position where he has to be a bit more of a detective sort of thing and solve these crimes, and it's more of a battle of the minds. You know what? They could have done something with Sidewinder and Captain America that was more similar to the Batman and the Riddler in the Batman. But then you say the Riddler, automatically my mind goes, well, they've got the leader there, and the leader kind of is, acting that sort of role where he's actually trying to set some traps for Captain America, and he's falling into them, and it's resulting in him taking these next steps. For the most part, though, the leader's plan doesn't really even work, because it ends up with, I guess, you've exposed Ross for who you are, but you had to turn yourself in. Do you know what I mean? It's not even like you got away with it. Yes, you kind of proved your point, but now you're going to spend the rest of your life in prison, bro. For what? I mean, he's clearly a smart guy, so he'll probably make his way out again. Similar with Sidewinder, he's saying when he breaks out. Um, but yeah, they did Sidewinder wrong. Obviously, then, like I said, the other villain in the movie is the leader, who's basically been feeding Thunderbolt Ross these gamma pills for his heart and gradually raising the quantity of gamma in the tablets or in the pills, and then that's resulting in Harrison Ford becoming the Red Hulk, because of the exposure to gamma radiation, like how Bruce Banner has. Becomes the Red Hulk, fights Captain America for 5 minutes or so, then manages to get him to calm down. He goes back into Harrison Ross mode. Is that Harrison Ford, Harrison Ross? Betty, because he's Thunderbolt Ross. Goes back into Harrison Ford's like regular 80-year-old ass skinny self, and then they just bag him, and that's that. So I mean, Red Hulk was hardly in it. To be fair, I mean, a lot of people that watch this film really wanted there to be a lot of Red Hulk for me, but I think I'm not too excited for like a Red Hulk because they couldn't even get regular Hulk right. You know, I mean, they did at first, but look at him now. He's what, some guy with a kid. Dude's got a kid, bro. He's being bitched out by a She-Hulk. Dude's being bitched out by a She-Hulk and then like embarrassed by his son. Like, what's up with that, bro? And then you want to introduce another Hulk. And you've got Red Hulk without Green Hulk. But there was a lot of acknowledgement of Bruce Banner and acknowledgement of the Incredible Hulk film. To be fair, this was like another season of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and like an Incredible Hulk sequel as well, but without Hulk. You know. And I was thinking, where does this film sort of rank amongst, you know, the other recent films I've seen from the MCU? And I'm thinking this isn't actually that bad of a film. Is it perfect? No. Are there elements that I like? Yes, there is. I liked some of the missions. I liked the missions they were going on. I liked them sort of having to work out the mystery, like the next steps. To be fair, it was like a Winter Soldier sequel, Incredible Hulk sequel, and like a follow-up from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know? So they tried to accomplish a lot in this film, and to be fair, they were pretty successful with most of it. Because like I said, this film wasn't an awful film. Was it a great film? No. Was it a perfect film? No. Was there things that could be improved on? 100%. 100%. Because like I said, they're trying to fit too much in, but there's a lot of elements of it that I did like. Now, will I watch this back again? Potentially. I probably won't, to be honest. Probably won't, but potentially this is a film that I wouldn't mind seeing again when it's on, you know, the Fire Stick or whatever. But where does it compare to the other recent MCU films? So I've got a list of the MCU films in Phase 4 and Phase 5. Now, I haven't seen all of these films, but from the ones I have seen, I'll tell you if I think Captain America Brave New World is better than them or not, right? So Black Widow, I didn't watch, but definitely is better from what I've heard. Shang-Chi, I haven't watched. Eternals is better than Eternals. Spider-Man No Way Home. Even though Spider-Man No Way Home as a film is pretty overrated. I'll be honest, it is pretty overrated. But because it's got Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, obviously, in it, that probably makes it better than it. So that puts Captain America Brave New World at 2 as of now. Doctor Strange, I would say it's a better film than Doctor Strange. Despite Doctor Strange at times being directed really well by Sam Raimi, there were some shots that were really amazingly shot, which did make me enjoy the film more, to be honest. It did. But as a film, Captain America probably is better. Thor Love and Thunder, 100% better than that. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, way better than that as well. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, 1,000,000 times better than that. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, it's not better than that, so that puts it at 3. The Marvels, way better than that. Deadpool and Wolverine, not better than that. So that puts Captain America, The Brave New World at 4. So, Deadpool, Wolverine, Guardians of the Galaxy, what else? Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah. So that puts Captain America Brave New World at the 4th best film since 2021. Right? So that's the 4th best film in 4 years. It's not awful. And out of 10, what would I give it? I'd probably give it like a 5 out of 10. I was thinking about this, and when I finished watching the film and on the way back home, I was thinking about, would I say this film's way better than something like Blue Beetle, which is, so inoffensively middle of the road. So bang average of a film where, does it do anything majorly wrong? Not really. Does it do anything majorly well? Not really. The suit's kind of cool. The villain's underwhelming. Is this a million times better than that? It's not better than that. But I wouldn't say it's worse than that, though. I wouldn't say it's worse than that. So I would say it's probably about that, a 5 out of 10. Which, for MCU, I'm saying that's the 4th best MCU film in 4 years. So it's not so bad, Captain America the Winter Soldier. I heard it's been somewhat profitable. The last number I remember hearing was the budget was around 190 and they've made around 280 so far for it. So they're making some decent money. Obviously, these budgets for these films at this point, we've got no idea how accurate these are. We've got no idea if they're overblown, underblown, pause. But we've really got no idea how these films are in terms of for financials. The only way you actually know that is if you're looking at these companies' share prices. Now, that is a real way to tell if these guys are making money on these films or not. Because I've been hearing Disney's has been going down quite a bit, which is a shame. Because at one point, I really, really liked Disney stock. Because they owned so much stuff and there was so much hype. I actually held Disney stock before they made Disney Plus, right? So I was thinking, wow, they're going to make Disney Plus, their share price is going to soar. So they've made Disney Plus, sunk probably hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of billions into it at this point, in terms of all the content that's been produced post Disney Plus that is now on Disney Plus. Hundreds of billions worth of content, right? And you're somehow going to make it happen on, how much is it? $14.99 a month? $8.99 a month? £10 a month? 15 quid a month? Is there enough people in the world to subscribe to Disney Plus for them to make money off a film they spent 300 million on, with a ton of people around the world paying $15 a month? I don't know. Clearly not, because their share price is going down. But that's the only way to really know if these films are actually making money, to be fair. But yeah, a decent film. A film... if we don't see another Captain America film, I wouldn't be surprised. But the way they have left it, they have kind of left it where he's still got more work to do. They want to rebuild the Avengers. Spoiler alert, they want to rebuild the Avengers. And it seems like Captain America and the Falcon are going to be two of the leading men for that. I don't know who else they're going to have on that team. Daredevil, I'd like to see. Potentially Moon Knight. I'd like to see... who else? The guys from the Thunderbolts. I'd like to see probably them. Star-Lord, did I say? Doctor Strange, obviously. There are some guys there, actually, that they could have. If they've got an Avengers of Captain America, Daredevil, Moon Knight, Star-Lord. I would say, what's his name? I would say Spider-Man, but obviously he's wiped everyone's memory. So Doctor Strange on that team. That's a good team. Now, it's not the original lineup. It's not the original lineup at all. But it's still good building blocks. Still some characters with some serious untapped potential, some serious depth. Definitely 100%. And would be interesting to see. So you never know. That might be what's next for Captain America. But the film was solid. I would say a 5 out of 10. Inoffensive. Does a lot of things right. Teases some stuff. And I don't think this will be the last we see from Anthony Mackie's Captain America, even if he doesn't get another solo film. But yeah, that's been it from me. I'll probably have some more episodes coming out soon. But that's been episode 38 of the Seth Solo Side Quest, and I'm out. Peace.